As the sun dips below the horizon, casting its final golden rays over Konoha, the village is settling into the quiet of the evening. Families are gathering for dinner, shinobi are returning from missions, and children are reluctantly finishing their chores. But for Kakashi Hatake, the evening is anything but ordinary. He stands before the Hokage's library, a place he's visited countless times but never with such a heavy purpose. Tonight, he's on a mission that's deeply personal, tied to his own lineage and fraught with peril. He's here for a scroll that contains a forbidden jutsu, a technique so dangerous that his own father, Sakumo Hatake, felt it necessary to seal away. Taking a deep breath to steady himself, Kakashi steps into the library. The air is thick with the scent of aged parchment and ink, a smell that would be comforting under different circumstances. But comfort is a luxury he can't afford right now. He's on a clock and time is ticking. He navigates through the labyrinthine corridors, his Sharingan eye alert for any traps or seals. This library is more than just a repository of knowledge. It's a fortress, safeguarding secrets that could spell doom for the village if they fell into the wrong hands. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, he arrives at the Chamber of Forbidden Scrolls. A chakra-infused barrier stands between him and his objective. With a fluid series of hand signs, he channels his chakra into the barrier. It resists for a moment, as if questioning his intentions, then vanishes. Kakashi steps inside, his eyes scanning the rows of ancient scrolls. His hand hovers over the scrolls, each one a Pandora's box of untapped potential and unimaginable risk. Finally, his fingers settle on one in particular. It's old, its parchment yellowed by time, its ink faded. But its aura is potent, almost palpable. This is what he came for. With a sense of reverence, he carefully unrolls the scroll on a nearby table. His eyes scan the ancient text, taking in the intricate hand signs and complex incantations detailed within. What he sees leaves him stunned. The jutsu described is unlike anything he's ever encountered, a technique so groundbreaking it could redefine the very essence of shinobi combat. But along with its potential for good comes an equal potential for destruction. The scroll makes it clear that this jutsu comes at a terrible cost, a price paid in blood and sorrow. As he stands there, contemplating the gravity of his discovery, a sudden sensation prickles at the edge of his awareness. Someone else is in the library, and they're headed straight for the chamber. Kakashi's instincts kick in. With swift, practiced movements, he reseals the scroll and tucks it into the folds of his cloak. Just as he's about to activate his body flicker technique to escape, the chamber's doors burst open with a deafening crash. But Kakashi is already gone, his form dissolving into a swirl of leaves that vanish into the shadows. The intruder steps into the chamber, their eyes scanning the room, their chakra flaring with palpable frustration. They had sensed Kakashi's presence. Of that, he's certain. But whatever they were after, they won't find it now. The scroll is safe, at least for the time being. As Kakashi reappears in the safety of his own home, the weight of the scroll in his cloak feels like a ton of bricks. He's unearthed a secret that could change the course of history, a secret that others are willing to kill for. And as he sits there, pondering the path that lies ahead, he's left with a haunting question. Should some secrets remain buried, locked away in the shadows of obscurity? Or do they, like all truths, yearn to be free? And so, with more questions than answers, Kakashi finds himself at a crossroads, one that could lead to salvation or ruin. As he stares at the sealed scroll on his table, one thing becomes painfully clear. This is only the beginning of a journey that will test him in ways he can't yet imagine. A journey fraught with moral dilemmas, ethical quandaries, and the ever-present shadow of danger. A journey that could lead to unimaginable power or unspeakable tragedy. And so, with the weight of the scroll in his cloak and the weight of his decision on his mind, Kakashi finds himself at a crossroads, one that will shape not just his destiny, but the fate of Konoha itself. As he sits alone in his home, the silence is deafening. The scroll lies on the table, almost as if it's taunting him, daring him to unlock its secrets. His mind races through the possibilities, the what-ifs, the could-bes. Could this jutsu be the key to some future conflict, a weapon to protect his loved ones and his village? Or is it a ticking time bomb, a disaster waiting to happen? And what of the mysterious intruder? Their presence adds another layer of complexity to an already tangled web. Are they friend or foe, ally or enemy? And how did they know about the scroll in the first place? Kakashi's thoughts are interrupted by a sudden knock on the door. He tenses, his hand instinctively reaching for a kunai. Who could it be at this hour? And what do they want? As he opens the door, he's met with a face he didn't expect. A face that brings both relief and a new set of questions. It's someone he trusts, someone who shouldn't know about his secret mission, yet here they are. And as they step into the room, their eyes locking onto the scroll on the table, Kakashi realizes that his journey into the unknown has just taken an unexpected turn, one that could change everything.